Hello. Hello, this is John Locke, and today I want to talk about the subject of you'll never know until you try. And what that means exactly is this. I talk with a lot of prospects who have industrial businesses, and many of them have not done a lot of marketing in the past. They haven't done a lot of digital marketing. A lot of it comes through either word of mouth or referral. But one thing that I want to stress is you don't know where your buyers are coming from until you actually try the platforms and find out for yourself. And I've had recent conversations with prospects where they've said, I can't imagine that our buyers are on Facebook. I can't imagine that our buyers are on Twitter or Instagram or LinkedIn or YouTube or whatever. And the fact of the matter is you're not going to know until you actually try. If you've never tried to see if your buyers are there, you're not going to know whether your buyers are there. And case in point, I have a few clients that get quite a lot of business from their social media accounts, in addition to their website and regular Google search. For example, I have a friend, Brandon. He owns a car shop. He does auto restoration of cars that American muscle cars made before 1975, and he gets a lot of business from his Facebook because people see the albums that he puts up and they're impressed by the work that he does, and so he gets a lot of business. I have a client who makes industrial equipment, and he gets a lot of business from YouTube and from Instagram because his buying audience is there. A lot of the people who would be interested in his products are also on Instagram. They're also on YouTube looking for cool things, and they come across his videos and his stories and his posts, and he gets business from that. So no matter what it is, whether you're selling anything from arts and crafts or auto repair or HVAC services, or you're selling manufacturing services, you don't know where your audience is going to be until you actually go on the platform and give it a try. Now, if your buyers are from a corporate structure, meaning they're the company, the people making the buying decisions there's multi-layers to their corporate structure, that more than likely they're probably going to be on LinkedIn. They're going to have people that have profiles on LinkedIn. Their company probably has a company page on LinkedIn. That might be a good way to go for you. If you are more the type of business that sells physical products, like e-commerce, then it might be a good idea to be on Instagram, and I would say probably Pinterest too. Pinterest seems to appeal a lot to arts and crafts, but also some very unique types of segments of the market, meaning there's a lot of niche products in there. Everything from wood stoves to tiny homes. These are the types of things that you're going to see on Pinterest. Even if you're an architect making one-of-a-kind homes, specially designed, and not just pumping out cul-de-sacs in the track home development all year long, Pinterest might be a good place for you to put some stuff up. So I would say this. I'm not advocating for any one platform, but I'm just saying give it a try, because you're never going to know until you actually go out there and look around. So how would you get an idea of where you would want to spend a little bit of marketing time and resource and budget? My advice to you is this. Look for businesses that are similar to yours, that are a similar industry, a similar look to your company, and go on different platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. See if you can find ones that look like that. If you see a whole bunch of them out there, that's kind of justifying the fact that they're finding value in that. So they're there for a reason. The second thing that I would say is find companies that are 10x and 100x your size but do the same thing, and look at where they're spending their marketing budget. So for example, if you're doing 1 million a year, look for companies that are just like yours but they're doing 10 million or 100 million a year. If you're doing 5 million a year, Look for the companies that are doing 50 million or 500 million a year, and look at what platforms they're on. If they're on, Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, then maybe that's where you should be too. And the third thing I would say is maybe your buying audience is not on a social platform, but maybe they're in a specific forum. There are a lot of niche forums out there, websites where people post questions and they answer questions, and they're small mini communities built around a certain subject. It's very likely that your buying audience might be in one of these, asking questions, sharing advice, sharing knowledge. So it might be a good way to drum up some business. I know this is a lot to take in, and especially if you've never done any type of digital marketing before, or you've never done online marketing, and maybe you've only done things like word of mouth or show up at trade shows or direct mailers. But this is a good way to grow your brand. Look at the brands that are 10x and 100x ahead of you, and maybe see what they're doing, because I guarantee you that they didn't get there just on word of mouth. They did some form of external marketing, and probably a lot of it online, to grow their brand to that level. Anyway, I'm John Locke. My business is Lockdown Design and SEO. We help manufacturing and industrial firms with their SEO, helping them get more traffic and more RFQs. If you have an SEO question you'd like to see us answer, leave it in the comments below. We'll answer it in a future video. We're putting videos out every week, so I'd urge you to subscribe. Until next time, peace.